Coach Chairman Altype goes, gosh, dang it, Del Conte, he knows our guy. I go, yeah, but we don't make a decision until the end of the year. I'd like to introduce you to Rodney Terry, our new basketball coach at the University of Texas.
It's good stuff.
That's great stuff, man. I can't believe that. I mean, no offense to RT, but they gave him Kevin Durant's jersey number.
Yeah.
That's the only negative I see with that entire situation. And I'm just joking. Completely joking.
No, it's good for him, man. I was wondering why they didn't offer him before the tournament, during the tournament and all that stuff. But, I'll take Del Conte at his word that, they don't they don't do that type of business during the season. They just let them play it out. So, I think that Del Conte and others were sweating because as higher he got in the tournament, the price went up.
Yeah. The market value.
Yeah, market value went up. So I don't know, man. I'm glad they got it done. He's a good guy. I think he knows and know how to navigate this crazy place we call Texas.
Yeah, so, it's a unique animal, if you will.
Yeah,
and the inner workings. Before we get going, we got to give a shout out to we've got Hargrove Roofing swag all over the place here.
Oh wow!
Lower right, the shirt, and at the break we got it's rather comical. Great acting job by Stevie Lee.
Great acting job by Sean Clinch.
Oh my God, I'm not receiving any Golden Globes anytime soon.
Well, me neither. I promise you that.
Oh,
if I do, the price going up.
Oh, it is, man. So we love it. We got to know who's on your roof, but it only sounds better when it comes out of Stevie Lee's mouth.
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
That's right. We're going to know more about him here shortly. So first segment, is there really another story? I mean, there's not. Rodney Terry, unenviable situation. He showed, and he 22-8 this year as the head coach, successor in the interim for Chris Beard, who received the Ole Miss job. Texas looked as capable of any other team in the country of winning a national championship, and that's where he took them into the Elite Eight, the first time since 2008. And I think this is a part of the reason why, because he does have that infectious smile and that upbeat, positive attitude, and this is just who he is right here.
It's a great day to be alive, man. It's a great day to be a Longhorn. God puts you right where you're supposed to be.
Hey, and he's not lying. That is a fact. If you're a faith-based person, as Stevie Lee and your family are, everything does seem to work out if you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Me and my youngest daughter have a joke. If I get a parking space up close, she goes, "That's living right, Daddy."
You raised him right, buddy.
Yeah, no, he not only is he in the right place at the right time to get that job, but he's also that's a great picture. He's also well deserving of it.
Yeah.
Because when I seen the way the kids react to him, the way he was thrown, he was be honest, he was thrown into the fire. Nobody go into the season as an assistant coach, and all of a sudden you're the head coach. No one goes into the season thinking that way.
Right.
And
no.
Once whatever happened, I bet he was looking around like, what am I supposed to do? And some sleepless nights in there, And now he's persevered through all that and now got the job. So kudos to him, man. Hats off.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I love his quotes. I mean, you and I have heard these in locker rooms, or actually on dog days of 2-a-day, 3-a-day practices.
Yeah.
Great day to be alive, gentlemen. But
I call it coach's speech.
Coach's speech, everything. Be where your feet are. But it's true. And he preached that to the players. And I think it's a stark contrasting difference. Chris Beard's he's going to be successful at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt. But Rodney is a breath of it's a refreshing because it's positivity. It's in this world of negativity, and that's what I love about it, man. Because you know what, you can coach hard and all that, but this right there, those two quotes by itself, man, I love it. And you're right, man. That was a great opportunity. Tess and I and some other friends after a game got to see Coach Terry at Shoal Creek Saloon. Shout out to Shoal Creek Saloon. Here's what I like to say, and I have a problem with it, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, Stevie. Everyone is.
Right.
Don't get offended by someone that has a differing opinion. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm getting to the point to where I'm becoming fatigued, if you will, when somebody says these were Chris Beard's players, or these were Rodney never proved himself at other places. Well, he took two jobs which were in a complete rebuilding stage, Fresno State and UTEP. And he didn't do all poorly. He had two or three 20-win seasons during that stretch.
Yeah.
And he's well respected. But we'll get to the players part of it. Right now, I think Rodney, he's very prideful of where he's from. And he's down there in the Brazoria County. And I love, we're talking about one-liners. And this quote I couldn't help but laugh. He makes a reference to where he's from and grasshoppers.
We referenced one time about grasshoppers, or we want to be eagles, right? We would say we want to be grasshoppers, we want to be eagles, guys, right? And we said, hey, we're going to be eagles, man. Where I grew up, I'm making a reference that we're going to soar. And these guys soared this season. At an unbelievable level. Now, I grew up in the country down in Brazoria County, and we had some grasshoppers that could not fly, but they could jump, right?
The man's excited, man. Leave him alone. He's excited.
I love it, man. You can tell he's on a different level of happiness.
Absolutely, he's happy. I believe he's looking in the corner at his guys. He just want to be with them.
Yeah.
He just want to be with the guys, talking with the guys, talking like that with the guys, and you should feel privileged to be in the conversation with them. So that's I like that, man. Nobody else in the room but him and his guys. Doesn't care who's around. He's just talking to them.
Yeah, I love it. And making reference to where he's from down there. And he's the pride of Angleton, Texas, which has produced some really good Longhorn football players, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
Quentin Jammer and Quandre Diggs.
There's another one, a very fast young man. I don't know why. BJ Foster. I think he's from there. There's one more I'm leaving out. I don't know why. I can't remember everything.
Yeah, man.
So as you look forward to Rodney, and he's one common theme with him are those relationships. And as well as I do, relationship building is you're only successful as those relationships. And I think it's pretty telling when you have former Longhorns of the past who were coached by him under Rick Barnes tweeting at him. I mean, KD, that tweet, DJ Augustine, and then LaMarcus Aldridge, just to name a few. And Stevie, I want to get your take before I go back to Rodney. I think people forget when they say this is Chris Beard's team. Well, Rodney played a role in recruiting them.
Big time. So, no head coach in the basketball and football, they're not doing it themselves. They got a staff, And so Rodney being a part of that staff, back then when he was under Rick Barnes, getting these three guys and other guys, and then all of a sudden we're doing well again when he comes back, getting more guys. The common denominator is RT, right? So there you go. I mean, the proof is right there. So, like Kevin Durant is arguably, and I'm not going to get into this debate with anyone, but probably the best basketball player to ever come through the University of Texas.
Thought you were going a different route.
Oh, what route do you think I was going?
I thought you were saying the best player on the planet.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that. Wasn't going to say that.
I was going to say number 2.
Number 2? Okay. But the best player to come through the University of Texas, though.
Yeah.
Are you agreeing with me, or are you going to debate me on that? With that,
I think there's argument for that. I can agree with that. He was here for 1 year.
Yeah, that's another thing. But we've had some really good ball players come through here. TJ Ford was a really good one.
Royale Ivy,
DJ Augustine,
Damian James,
Tristan Thompson. Yeah. So we had some really good ones back in the day. And PJ Tucker.
He was one of the most physical guys ever.
And the way his game evolved, that he just worked at it. For a long time, he wasn't in the league. He was overseas trying to play basketball.
Mastering his craft.
So, but anyway, but Terry was the architect of getting those guys here. And yes, it was an era of one and done. So, it's hard to recruit the right talent because, you're going to get a one and done, but you have to rebuild the team every single year. So you want to get in that sweet spot in the college basketball to where you get some guys that are going to stay a couple of more years instead of being one and dones, 2 and 3 done,
Yeah.
So they can, we can build a program around them. So, this guy knows what he's doing, knows how to coach, and knows how to go get them. So, hats off to him.
The thing that to play off of that, I think the era of the one and done is either nearing an end or we're not going to see it happen as much. I think the big beast is the transfer portal. These rosters are going to change every year more so than ever, and that really screws high school basketball players. Texas got a good one coming in Holland. They've signed two really good future Longhorns. But, the story with him, and it just adds value to what you just said. The story is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy from Angleton played at St. Edward's here in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Was an assistant coach at Bowie High School. Assistant for a legend over there at Bowie. Head coach at Somerville near Brenham. And then worked his way back up here to be on Rick Barnes' staff after he coached a few other places, head coach in college. And so the guy's been around the block. He knows basketball.
Right.
So I think we all know he's a family guy. His mom, his sisters, they were there at the press conference. And his dad recently passed away. And so we saw the emotional response during the tournament, the Big 12 tournament, and then obviously the emotions after they lost. But, I think you mentioned how excited he was. I think you're spot on because this is him talking about his dad, giving him a shout out up in heaven.
I know my father's up in heaven today. He's up with his horns up high. They're really high today, and he's got a big smile on his face. And he's so proud right now in terms of the opportunity that I have to lead this program. And he probably has his Big 12 Elite 8 ring on right now.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's
awesome. I'm happy for it's tough to lose a family member, but I'm happy to see that he still can celebrate with the memory of his dad. That's
a
awesome.
big deal. That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
And I can't think of, you could tell he's overjoyed. I can tell, to me, it looked like a lot of stress was relieved.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, I know that you're making a lot of money coaching, reaching out and waiting and really, but not knowing if your future is going to be there the entire year. Or do you think he knew at some point?
I don't know, man. I don't know. If he knew, he hid it well because he was coaching for his life. It felt like to me, man. Sometimes on the sideline when you look at him, or that's just how intense he is. So, well, I don't know if he knew, but it's just I'm just glad that they got him and locked him in.
I am too.
Yeah.
So the mystery, you knew this question was going to come up, and I think you and I, including all of us, were curious. Did Chris Beard reach out to him? And John High, Fox 7 here in Austin, props to him for asking the question. I thought it needed to be asked, and it was. And you could tell Rodney got a little rattled right here, a little trying to answer it the right way, but he and Beard are still close. But you be the judge.
All had a say in who we brought into our program. So again, I thought it was a team effort in terms of building this team, not an individual. And I think that was one of the things with our staff. You know, as we put our staff together, there was no egos. Chris reached out to me yesterday and congratulated me on the opportunity here and expressed his love for myself and always having his back.
Class.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. I'm glad he did reach out to him, you know, because in a couple of years we'll be playing them.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Right. We'll be in the SEC playing them. Well, how would they do it? Would they do a round robin or they do East West?
That's going to be a cluster. I'm glad I'm not getting paid to do that. I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work because even football, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, but
schedule.
Congratulations to RT. I know, Stevie, you and I were rallying for him. I mean, it's not because it just seemed like it made sense. Just made too much sense. Don't create a vision that doesn't fit your program. And RT fits it. Why not give him a chance? That was my only issue with that.
I think they hired him because of our hashtag that we made up, that you made
Win
up.
for RT.
Yeah, win for RT.
We're responsible for this, damn it.
Yeah, man. He owes us like we're his agents.
Oh, yeah. We need to get some compensation on that.
Yeah.
Signing bonus. Just fork over 3% of that.
Yeah.
Split it we'll reinvest into the pod, and Stevie gets a $10,000. I get $10,000, and we'll reinvest in ourselves. Summer will have a say so in part of it.
Right. I think your math is off though. We said 3%. That's.
Oh yeah, that'd be a lot more than $10,000.
Exactly.
Add another zero to that. Our stories inside the Man Cave Madness bracket standings. Have you been following that? I mean, you entered one, and so did I.
Yeah. I sucked, man.
I do too.
Yeah. My Final Four is off. Nobody in the Final Four is in my Final Four.
Oh, I have nobody.
Yeah.
I'm currently sitting. So there's 43 entries.
Yeah.
The first day one of the tournament, 4 hours into it, shoot, I'm sitting pretty at number one.
Really?
Well, fast forward to weekend 2 when the Sweet 16 began. I'm sitting at 36.
Well, I'm gonna go check mine real quick.
Well, Tess Sawyer, she was number one for quite a while.
Oh, really?
She's number 2 now. Brian Mays from the Channel of Champions Cave View, he's number 1. But there's an entry there, a viewer of ours, a follower of ours named Mo.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's had 2 entries. I think it's Mo Meb 7. If UConn, he's sitting in like 6th right now.
Really?
If UConn, he has UConn. in the semifinal. If UConn wins that semifinal, he wins the whole damn thing.
Really?
And that's $100 gift card to Dirties.
Got you.
That's real nice, Clark.
It's real nice, Clark.
All right, real quick, Stevie, here's your Final Four. I know it's the one everyone thought would happen.
Uh-huh.
On one side of the bracket, you got two mid-majors, Florida Atlantic and San Diego State. Other side, Miami and UConn. Could have been Texas, but it's not.
It's not.
Who you picking in the title game and who wins it all?
Man, the way UConn put it on Gonzaga,
Yep.
I got UConn. And golly, San Diego State. They played a tough one. Was that Creighton they beat?
Oh, Creighton, yeah.
Creighton, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They beat Creighton. They went down to the wire. Actually, no. I totally forgot. That K-State and FAU game.
Oof.
I got FAU.
Okay. I got a weird
K-State. Okay, what K-State is one in the Big 12, a tough basketball conference, right? So for them to come out and score 79 on K-State, FAU can score.
Yeah.
FAU can score. And so at some point, defense wins, the game, whatever, championships. But offense, you need the offense too, though. So, okay. So, final answer. I got FAU and UConn in the final game. And I got UConn winning it all.
That's a good pick. I think UConn's the best team in this tournament. I think San Diego State is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But I also was very impressed with Miami's athleticism and to exploit Texas, and they exploited their Houston really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I see – I'm probably going to be way off on this. This could probably be the least watched national championship. Miami and Florida Atlantic in the national championship.
Oh, Miami.
Boca Raton versus Miami.
Just a Florida fight, huh?
Tom Herman, baby. He's going to be there.
All right, in the Final Four.
Yeah, and
in the big game.
I think the Hurricanes win it.
The Hurricanes win it all.
They shouldn't, but God bless them.
It should have been us, man. We were up by 12 at like 10 minutes to go, man. And we just kind of melt down. We were dealing with injury and excuse. Yeah, and just tired. They got fatigue.
They look very fatigued. And Miami's that's how they exploit you. They wear you out.
They warm down. Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, Stevie Lee. So do a little drum roll because we got the debut of Hargrove Roofing's new commercial. You may have seen it on our social media. If you're not, this is the first time you get to see it on this episode, on this podcast. We'll see you on the other side of this break. Just know who's on your roof.
Here at Hargrove Roofing, we try to think outside the box to kind of get the creative juices flowing. So I brought in my friend Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He's going to help the team strategize, really motivate them, light a fire.
This guy's going to block down. This guy's going to block down. You put your butt into the guard, and that way my Mike linebacker gets free to do what?
Not only are they going to learn a thing or two, but they're going to also leave with a great attitude and a bunch of smiles on their faces.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with roofing exactly?
Get out.
Right now.
I said get out.
For me, that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, making our employees have a great time. Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Baby, great acting. I want to be your talent agent. That was fun. And it was simple, man. It was great. Hey, that production crew did a fabulous job putting that together.
No, the first commercial also that we did, man,
Yeah.
they are excellent, man. I think he has a vision in his head, and the way he talked about the vision, I didn't see it. And then when the commercial came out, I was like, here it is. So I trust him now. So
yeah,
whenever he has, and Hargrove they got plenty of commercials out there. And they're all pretty quirky and funny. So it's pretty neat. Yeah.
So, man, I'm just going to let this video ride, and we'll talk about it coming back.
Okay.
This ball crushed to left. For the second time in his career, he's gotten out of town, and we have a tie ball game.
Dylan Galvan, he's a freshman.
Wow.
A freshman. One of 19 new players for the Texas Longhorn baseball team.
Good stuff.
Remember at the beginning of the year, they were just not playing good baseball. Terrible baseball in some ways. But you could tell all that could be corrected because they have two new assistants. I said late April. Well, Stevie, all they've done after a 1-4 start, they did have a soft middle part of the schedule, but they won every one of them.
Yeah.
And they went to A&M Tuesday night and beat them to 15-game winning streak. And that includes a sweeping in the conference opener against Texas Tech, who was number 15 in the country.
Wow. Yeah, man. With baseball, you can turn it around real quick, adjusting lineups, adjusting players, adjusting pitchers. And it sounds like you got something going right now.
I think so. David Pierce. So I'm going to throw this out there. Disagree with me, anybody, but I'm like you. You the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
You're entitled to your opinion. Well, so are we.
Right.
Everybody who's been criticizing David Pierce, why? All he's done here for except 1 year has won.
Yeah.
And go to Omaha. I get it. His personality, I like him. I mean, it's hard to follow a legend.
Yeah.
I think David Pierce is a great human being. He's well connected. It's hard to follow a legend. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I don't understand. I just don't understand why the criticism. Right around the 07, I think, or 08 time frame, G.J. Kinney was a quarterback at Texas. Transferred to Tulsa, great career. Played a little bit in NFL, got into college coaching recently at Incarnate Word, led them to their best season in history at the FCS levels, national semifinals. Well, he is now the successor to Jake Spavital and San Marcos. What do you know? You know much about GJ?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I didn't keep up with him after he left. No.
Yeah. That was so. He's down there. This guy, I like Jake, but I just think at Texas State, for some reason, the dynamic, the leadership up the top to all the way down just was not good for athletics. But I think this guy's going to get it done, Texas guy. And so he recently brought in David Bailiff, who was a former player, a former head coach at Texas State, head coach at Rice, then at Texas A&M Commerce. And so G.J. Kinney recruiting every day. Well, he brought back the old Bobcat legend.
Yeah, it was huge getting Coach Bailiff back. Obviously, someone I've known for a while and played against him at Rice when I was a player. Coached against him last year, and we'd always end up, talking about this place. And so, getting him back, he's going to be a great sounding board for us. Great to connect with former Bobcats, and so he's been awesome. Coach Bailiff is a great mentor, great friend, and just happy to have him in our building. He's a winner. We need more winners around here.
Oh, did you hear him? We need more winners around here.
Winners around here, man.
Wow. What does that tell when we can read into that, but from an outsider that doesn't have a lot of ties at all to Texas State. How would you interpret that?
I probably wouldn't have said it like, no disrespect to the people in front of us, but we need more winners around there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have said it like that, but we get what he's trying to say. We need some winners to win in this program, and we're looking forward. So
yeah,
he's young, he'll learn.
DJ, he's going to do big things there.
Yeah,
Jake Spavital, he's back at Cal as the OC, and he'll do his thing. All right, Stevie, TikTok. It's like Forrest Gump, box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So, you got to be careful or aware of people out on the streets, nightlife with a microphone, random questions, especially when it comes to attractive people. That's pretty much where we're going with this take. This is both humorous, and I thought both parties played this off very well.
I can't say you're beautiful. You know why?
No, why?
Because beauty's on the inside, and I haven't been inside yet.
That's disgusting.
She make it clap. I got the strap.
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, hey, man. I'm not trying to touch that one, dude. I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Tell me something good. Stevie always brings it.
Ready?
Let's go.
You ready? Okay. You know what's really good? We got a head coach. We got a head basketball coach at the University of Texas. He I guess he needs to fill his spot that he vacated. But we got a head coach, and we can get on to recruiting and all that stuff right now. Well, he needs a well-deserved vacation. He has a $15 million contract, so he needs to go halfway across the country, shut everything off, rest, and get back here ready to work, man. He has a well-deserved vacation, needed vacation coming up, and then we get back to work. But we have our head coach at the University of Texas basketball. We have a new arena that we need to fill. It's excitement around the program right now. We went to the Elite Eight, and we just ran out of gas at the end of the game because we were up all game. We just ran out of gas, but that's that hump that we need, and we can be good for a long time. That's something really good. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with this program.
To add to that, I got to tell you that. So this run this year really took me back to my childhood. Oh, well, back in high school. Growing up in Austin. Childhood. 1989-90. Tom Pender's second year. Tom Pender's, I'm going to go ahead and say it. He is Texas basketball. He's the one that turned Texas basketball around. Abe Lemons played a role. I know Coach Black, he dealt with some things, but he had some. He did his best, but people adored Coach Black. Mm-hmm. But Coach Penders brought that running style. They call them the running horns. Well, that run in 89-90 to the Elite Eight. You tell me what it was like when you were in college. I know you played football for Texas, and I know people supported Barnes's run when they went to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. But I felt like this, even though I was away for 20, 21 years, I felt like the city and the community, because Austin's totally different now, really jumped on board and got behind this team and this place was excited.
Yeah. They got behind this team, got behind Rodney. Thanks to our hashtag,
win for RT.
Yeah. So, and got behind these kids because, we don't know what these kids have gone through, but we knew that they're going through a lot, coming in with a head coach, something happens, unfortunate. He's not the head coach anymore. Who's our head coach? we want Rodney to be our head coach, and then they don't give him the job when you think they're going to give him the job. So they've gone ups and downs, but remain focused to keep their focus on the court. So it's gonna for me, the city is excited, and he got him excited. His press conference was exciting, and we're just going to need to keep building on that and keep that excitement up for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a phenomenal. I think that we're on the verge of something special. And again, man, I think, yes, Chris Beard played a significant role in this.
Yeah.
He assembled that staff for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think RT is going to continue adding another layer. It's a lot of people are going to say, well, let's get back to the Elite Eight. Well, that doesn't always equate to determining what's successful.
Right.
You just stay in the tournament, win, and go play in that Final Four, that final Monday of the season.
Yeah.
But it was, I'm with you, man. What was it like in 2003 when they made that run? Was the city blowing up?
City was blowing up. I remember people talking about going. There were even players talking about going. I can't remember where it was.
I think it was Atlanta, wasn't it? Or New Orleans? New Orleans.
Was it New Orleans?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, my wife was there as a cheerleader.
That's right.
She was cheering, and I asked how was it seeing Carmelo Anthony play, and she was like, "Who?" I was like, "This dude's gonna be a big deal." She's like, "Yeah, he was all right, whatever." And I was like, "You don't understand what you just saw, you know." So, yeah, she's sitting under the basket, not just doing her job, was to cheer the team on, but she didn't understand what kind of talent was on that floor. And we almost beat Syracuse. Well, it got close for a little bit, I remember, and then Syracuse kind of ran away with it, but it was Carmelo Anthony, you know. So the excitement around the city was really cool then. Those guys, I remember played their heart out, and they just, you know, it was the Final Four, and Syracuse then was just a little bit too much.
Yeah, that was a great team.
Yeah,
both Texas and Syracuse knew it. They knew Texas was the only one in their way. Before we wrap things up, Stevie, I just want to let everybody know, and maybe you have interest because you have two talented, bright, beautiful daughters who are athletic, and you know the volleyball dad life. Well, one of the nation's best softball players resides in Smithville, Texas.
Okay.
She is on the first ever Team USA U15 softball team.
Wow.
She was selected. Of the 21 best U15 players in the country.
Wow. That's
Addison,
out of little bitty Smithville, huh?
Smithville, Texas. Addison Otto. I have a friend last name Ott, and that's not him. But Addison Otto. Great family, great story. She's really bright, intelligent. She was a little nervous in the episode. She said she was, but I didn't notice it. But there were a lot of yes sirs. She's a very respectful human being, and so is that's her upbringing. Her dad's a coach there in Smithville.
That's cool. So
check out episode 246. That was the one right before Stevie stole the show. So, to the pride of Shreveport, Louisiana, that being the Stevie Lee and the OG Man Cave Boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and Coach Mo. What did we say, Big Stevie?
We're out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.
I said get out.